Okay, good day engineers. Nagbabalik tayo. I'm Civil Math PH in TikTok, YouTube, and we even have a page in Facebook. Okay, naglalagay ako ng link sa mga videos. So, if you want to check out more of our contents about civil engineering, not just structural, but uh, all, all about civil engineering, the things we discuss in civil engineering. I may even post mathematics subjects. Okay, so hindi lang yung mga subjects na focused solely on civil engineering, but also the subjects that we have tackled when we are still studying in college. So, as promised nga, ito yung ating video about these topics that I have posted sa TikTok nung nakarang araw. Okay, so equations of equilibrium for plane and space trusses. That's yung number one. And then second is equations to expedite analysis of plane structures. So basically, expedite just means parang mas padadaliin mo lang yung analysis ng plane structure. So another equation lang yan. And then three concurrent force systems. Pinag-aralan na natin yan nung college, but we're just gonna review it and share some insights. Okay, so and two and three force members. Oh wait, the external and internal forces. I haven't prepared this too. Uh, yung ano lang naman, visuals, wala akong visuals ng nilagay, but we can talk about it. Siguro ganun lang gagawin ko, pag-usapan natin, isama natin sa video. Okay? Kahit na wala na siyang visuals, kaya naman natin yan. So, let's start. Punta tayo dun sa ano. So, sinulat ko lang yung ano natin, yung pag-usapan natin dito sa yellow paper, ano. So, equations of equilibrium. Ayan. So, naglagay ako ng ano dyan ng axis. So, three axes. Since space structure, yung una nating equation. So, when we say space, it's a 3D structure, ano. So, meron tayong example dyan na 3D, parang solid 3D siya as an example lang naman yan, under loads and under rotations, under couple siya and forces, okay, from different directions, okay, and three different planes, of course. That's a three-dimensional uh, structure or solid, okay. So before tayo mag-start dun sa equations, pag-usapan muna natin yung equilibrium, ano. What's the meaning of equilibrium? Okay, so meaning of equilibrium is when a structure is under load, but it remains at rest. Although it is under loading, it remains at rest. So yun yung uh, pinaka-main or pinaka-madalas na alam natin about sa equilibrium, especially in structural analysis. Yun ang alam natin. Ano? So, we talk about structures at rest, objects at rest, but there's also one type of equilibrium that actually yung object natin is in motion. Okay, so meron akong sample dito, a car, 25 miles per hour, velocity, just an example, and underloading of opposite uh, force. I mean, so acted siya by opposite force, equal and opposite forces. So, dahil equal lang yan, so it doesn't change the velocity of that vehicle. It remains steady on where it is going, and uh, the velocity doesn't change. It remains constant, so it remains unaffected by the forces applied to it because our forces are just opposite and equal. So that can also be called equilibrium. So yun, that's one type of equilibrium, although the object's not at rest, so it is moving. Okay, but for the purpose of our video and for the purpose of our study in structural analysis, when we say equilibrium in structural analysis, we are talking about objects under loading that remains at rest. Okay, I mean that are at rest or that are not moving at we want them to remain at rest to be in equilibrium. We call those structures uh, structures in equilibrium. Okay, so punta na tayo sa equations. Okay, so may dalawang equations lang naman dyan. I mean, six equations pala given for space structures. Of course, dahil tatlo yung ano natin yan, tatlong plane tayo dyan, ano? So, we have summation of forces along x is equals to 0, summation of forces along y is equals to 0, and summation of forces along z is equals to 0. And then, ganun din sa summation of moments, rotation sa plane ng x, I mean, moments that rotates along the axis of x is equals to 0, my 0, mz 0. Okay, so yung first three equations ensures na yung structure natin would not translate or move, okay, by uh, the effect of the loadings or forces that acts on it. Okay, so we use these equations to make our structure be in equilibrium. And then yung sa baba naman, it makes sure, I mean, it makes sure that our structure would not rotate or would not experience any rotation and would remain at rest. na, nakita na yung ML, ano ko, ML screenshots, ano. So, pinicture ko lang kasi to. Okay, so yun yung space structures natin. Although, dito sa structural analysis, most of our structures naman is pwede natin i-divide into plane structure. So, mostly, yung ginagawa natin kahit nung college pa lang, we solve and we analyze plane structure. So, ito yung madalas na ginagamit nating equations itong sa baba. Ano? So, ito yung para sa plane structures. Okay, so, for example lang natin, axis y and x. So, plane ng y, x lang. So, pag sinabi natin plane is, imagine mo lang parang papel, flat. Okay, doon sa isang plane lang. So, lahat ng forces na nag-act dyan, we call them coplanar forces. And if they meet at a certain point, we call them concurrent forces, which we will talk about after these equations, okay? So, ayun. So, meron tayong equations. So, dalawa lang for forces natin, components, summation of forces along x equals to 0 and y equals to 0. And then, summation of moments that rotates along the axis of z. Okay, so, any moment lahat ng rotation na yan, kung imagine mo yung axis ng z, di ba, along, parang papunta siya dito sa front ng paper na to. Okay? So, they rotate at the axis of z. So, any rotation or any moment, the summation of those moments on that particular plane should be equals to 0. Okay, so yan yung ginagamit natin for plane structures, tong tatlong equation na to. Okay, so this ensures our uh, plane structure remains at rest and would be in equilibrium as long as we satisfy these equations. Okay, so there are alternative equations for plane structures actually. According to the book, it will expedite the analysis of plane structures. Okay, although we are not gonna like elaborate them so much since we use mostly we use mostly this three. Okay, but we are still gonna talk about them just a little bit. Okay, so summation of forces in q-axis equals to along q-axis equals to 0, and summation of moments equals to 0 at point A, summation of moments at point B is equals to 0. Okay, so imagine mo lang dun sa katulad dito itong mga drawings natin sa taas. Okay, sa taas, it says that yung axis ng Q must not be perpendicular to the line connecting points A and B. Okay, so basta daw yung line na nagko-connect kay point A and point B dun sa space between rotations happening on our plane structure is not perpendicular to the axis Q. Okay, basta hindi perpendicular, we can use these equations and it will be easier for us to analyze. And then meron din sa baba which is 3 points lang. Remind ko lang plane structures to ano. So lahat ng moments na to they rotate at the same axis and they are in the same plane. They lie on the same plane, so they rotate on the same plane. They are coplanar. Okay. Ang pinagkaiba lang is they don't lie on the same line, so they're not collinear. Okay. So if we use these equations, summation of moments at point A, summation of moments at point B, and summation of moments at point C is equal to 0, we must make sure that they don't lie on the same line. So they must not be collinear. Okay, so yun lang naman. Okay, so concurrent force system na tayo. So as you can see, may drawing tayo dyan. A concurrent force system, but it is a space structure. Okay, although yung mas madalas na ginagawa natin nung college tayo is we solve concurrent force systems, pero 2D lang, ano, mapapansin nyo, plain structures lang. But if we are gonna apply yung concept of concurrent force system dun sa space structures natin is eto, may mga equations tayong mabubuo sa right side that we apply on our concurrent force system for them to remain on equilibrium. And yung concept na sinasabi ko, which is the rule, or I mean not really rule, but like something that we need to remember when we are working with concurrent force systems, that our equations of moment, I mean moment equations for equilibrium are automatically satisfied. So they are automatically satisfied. So kung mapapansin nyo nung nag-solve tayo, uh, when we were still in college, concurrent force systems, we just solve for components of x, y. So we solve for forces, but we never solve for moments under those concurrent force systems because doesn't have any moment. Our moment is automatically, I mean, our moment equilibrium equations not automatically satisfied when we have a concurrent force system. So one example natin dyan is yung ating trusses, ano. So we design our trusses, the members of our trusses, to make them meet their centroidal axis, the center of their centroidal axis to meet at our connection perfectly. They meet at a certain point, okay, to prevent bending from happening. Okay, so kaya yung ating trusses, we assume we assume, or we always use, mostly we assume that our connections are pinned or hinged. Okay, so we always use flexible connections. Okay, so meaning there are no moments in there. Okay, although sa trusses natin, okay, so humaba na yung discussion, but this is really important sa truss natin. Although we don't consider moments and bending in our trusses, meron pa rin yan, ano. So imposibleng wala dahil yung members natin may weight yan. Okay, so the weight of the members are distributed along their lengths and would cause bending, although it's definitely gonna be really just small. Okay, so maliit lang, so pwedeng i-neglect mo na or hindi mo i-consider. Okay, and although sometimes magkakaroon ka na medyo malaki-laking bending on your trusses. It may happen, okay, it may happen, but we designers do something about it. Okay, so we may use lighter members, okay, lighter angle bars, okay, to weld, or I mean to bolt or weld. I mean bolt kasi hinge nga yung ginagamit natin connection, di ba? Okay, so we use lightweight members and then we design connections. Okay, perfect connections for them to be concurrent. Okay, at each other, those members. Okay, so napalayo yung discussion natin, nakakarating tayo sa trusses. But coming back to this concurrent force systems, if we are gonna imagine it and apply it in a space structure, okay, so may tatlong forces dyan, F1, F2, F3, along sa tatlong axis natin. So, our moment equations are automatically satisfied. So, yung equation na lang natin for space structure is summation of f of x, f of y, and f of z is equals to 0. Okay, so yun na. Yun na yung equation natin for equilibrium sa concurrent force system. Okay, so pag plane structure naman, so for example, x and y lang yung ating i-consider. So, yun lang yung ating equation, summation of f of x equals to 0 and summation of f of y forces is equals to 0. So, yung dalawang yun lang. Kaya ganun lang ginagawa natin pag nag-solve tayo ng concurrent force system. We don't solve for moments because our moment equations for equilibrium is automatically satisfied. Okay? So, next. Dito na tayo. 2 and 3 force members. So, along our discussion sa structural analysis, there will be a lot of members that we will encounter like this 2 and 3 force members, where a member is only acted upon by whether I mean either two or just three forces. Okay, so 2 or 3 forces lang. So there are uh, things that we need to remember on these force members. Okay, so from statics, so there are two rules, not really rule but characteristic. Okay, so for one, medyo may buro-buro lang ako dyan pero inayos ko kasi yung nalagay ko sa ibaba is yung 2 and then 3 yung sa taas, so ginawa ko na lang ganun. Okay, so if three members, I mean three force members, if a structure is in equilibrium under the action of only three forces, okay, the forces must be either concurrent. So yung tatlong forces, either concurrent sila. Katulad yan, may sample tayo sa gilid. They meet at a certain point or they may either be parallel. Okay, so kung three force members lang yan, we need to remember that that can help our analysis, of course, to make it easier for us to analyze the structures uh, that we study. I mean, so number two, if two forces naman or two force members, of course we know it. If it's in equilibrium, the forces must be equal, opposite, and collinear. Okay, so equal sila, opposite and collinear, katulad ng mga natin, axial forces natin sa truss, dahil two force members lang sila, so and in equilibrium yung natin structure, they must be equal and opposite and then collinear. So they lie on the same line. Okay, they meet at the same line. Ayan, either away or into, or they either meet or they get away from each other. Okay, so balik tayo dun sa first page. Okay, external and internal forces. Okay, so hindi ako nakapag-ready dito. But we are gonna talk about external and internal forces. So, external forces, ito yung mga tinatawag nating, mostly we we know these external forces as applied forces. Okay, so actually there are two applied forces and the reaction forces. Okay, so yun yung dalawang uh, external forces that acts on our structure. So, yung applied forces or yung mga loads na dadalhin ng ating structure externally, and then yung reactions na binibigay ng ating supports. Okay? Binibigay ng ating supports to maintain our structure to be in equilibrium. Ano? Okay, so yun, dalawa, external applied forces and reaction forces. Okay, so yung reaction force natin yung nag-resist doon sa applied force. Okay, so in conclusion, yung external forces natin govern mainly, sila lang yung maaaring maging dahilan ng pag-move ng ating structure for the structure to get out of being in equilibrium, or to stop being in equilibrium, for it to move, to translate, or to rotate, or something like that. Okay, so only external forces. When we talk about internal forces, hindi sila kasama. So, pag nag-analyze tayo ng structure, yung equations natin for internal forces, they don't come out of our analysis. Okay, dahil yung internal forces natin, they almost always, they always have equal reaction. Okay, so kung meron kang rotation dyan, meron kang equal rotation to resist that rotation. Okay, or force, so parang yung ano na kanina, two force members, meron kang kaakibat. Okay, so meaning nga pala ng internal force is the reaction of a force, the reaction of a structural member that it gives back to the structure, the whole structure. So yung whole structure natin, yung weight or yung kung ano man dinadala ng structure natin, it gives binibigay niya yun dun sa certain, for example, one member natin in a structure, and that certain member of the structure resist back. Okay, so kaya ganun na laging mayroon tayong kaakibat or equal force or couple on our internal forces. Okay, so yun, ano pa ba yung nakakalimutan ko? So tandaan nyo yun, yung internal force, it doesn't have anything to do with the movement of our structure. Or the possible movement of the structure, for the structure to get out of equilibrium, o para gumalaw yung structure natin. Puro external force lang yan, and reaction forces. So it's really important for us to design our support really, really well, to put the right support to resist the applied forces, in order for us to make sure that our structure to remain on equilibrium and it doesn't move. Okay, so what else? Okay, yung types of our supports nga pala depends on the type of loading din na ina-apply sa structure. So if a force going a certain direction, our support is gonna react or gonna resist by exerting a force that's opposite to that certain force or couple, okay, to maintain our structure to be in equilibrium. Okay, so parang may something akong gustong sabihin about external internal forces, but hindi ko siya maalala sa ngayon. But yeah, maybe I will comment it up on our comment section. And yun yung natin, video. I hope na marami kayong natutunan dito sa video na to. Siksik naman siya, marami yan. Kaya mahirap ito sa college when you only have 1 or 2 hours to discuss a certain topic na napakarami, siksik. Paano mo ituturo yan sa estudyante na gusto mong ma-master na yung subject? But when we are just talking about these 5 topics, which are just small topics, And when we connect, when we remember things up, we connect things up, pag pinagsama-sama natin yung mga dapat natin discuss about this, umabot pa rin ako ng 25 minutes. Di ba? But for those who watch, thank you. And uh, keep on coming. I mean, wait lang kayo dun sa susunod videos. We are gonna complete, we are gonna master structural analysis and all those other subjects that we have. We are gonna become a civil engineer that knows a lot of things about our uh, profession, the skills that we have. We are gonna master the skills that we have that's unique over other people, over other profession. This is the only way for us to really prove that we have something that other people are not able to do and are not willing to do. Okay, so we studied for it for 5 years. I mean 5 years. Okay, I don't know with other schools, but we studied for it for 5 years. Some studied for it for even more than that time. Okay, so ayun na yung panahon para masterin natin. Okay, so thank you. This is Engineer JC from Civil Math PH, and see you in the next video. Of course, follow, subscribe, comment up what are topics that na naguguluhan kayo about civil engineering, any subject. Just comment up. We are gonna find time for us to study those things and explain to you. And I might even share some tips, tricks that I use in order for me to understand complex topics and in order for me to study these complex subjects. Okay? Again, thank you. Peace out.